Hi everyone. Good morning. I'm not going to show myself this morning because I am still in my nightgown getting ready to make breakfast, and I thought I would bring you guys along. I am going to start with a frugal muffin where we're going to use that little bit of leftover pineapple juice. And I also want to say before I make this that if you're really in a tight position with your groceries, one of the things that you could do is have a brunch instead of a breakfast and a lunch. That way, you're holding off a few hours eating breakfast and you're eating lunch a few hours early. And if you don't have a big appetite, that might make it so you could have a little bit better of a meal and just have the 2 meals a day and then maybe like a small snack like a piece of fruit or something in the evening. So I was just thinking about that today and thought I would mention that, especially like with older people. They don't have as much of an appetite anyways. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start with 2 cups of flour. And to that, we are going to add 1/2 of a cup of sugar. And then we're going to add 3 teaspoons of baking powder. We'll stir that up with our spoon. Then we are going to add 1/4 of a cup of oil. One large egg. Okay, now we need to have 1 cup of liquid. Now, your cup of liquid might look different than my cup of liquid. We just need to get a cup of liquid. So this is what I'm going to start with. Get you to where you can see here. I'm going to start with that leftover pineapple juice from that can of pineapple I've been using to cook from. And I got just a few tiny pieces of pineapple left down in there. And I am just going to break that up a little bit with my fork. Okay. That right there, just that juice from that can of pineapple gives me just a little bit more than 1/2 of a cup. So now I've got one of these organic little mandarins here. And I'm going to go ahead and juice that. Okay. Then I have a half of a lemon left in the fridge. And I will go ahead and juice that. Okay, now I'm going to pour the juice from those right in there. Okay, so that puts me at still not quite a cup. So now I'm going to take just some cranberry juice, that's what I have, and I'm going to finish topping that off until I get to a cup. All right, now in my juicer here, I have 1 organic lemon seed, which I'm going to save. We might as well see if we can grow that into a lemon tree. And now I've got all of this pulp, and I might just as well put that pulp right in there. Why waste it? I'm just going to chop it up a little bit with scissors if it's big. I hope you're finding these videos interesting. I'm trying to show you what's possible when you really need to stretch stuff, just how far you can take it. And this is a good way to use up a little bit of leftover juice, some juice from canned fruit. If you have a little bit of fruit in the fridge that you just really want to get used, it's a great way. Or if you just run out of milk. And I live in the country, and it's easy to run out of milk a lot. Okay. Now that's it. That's the last thing I'm going to add to this. I will just pour that right in. If you want to, you can zest a little bit of your peels, but I think this will have plenty of flavor. It smells absolutely delicious. Remember a while back I did that muffin recipe using yogurt that was about to expire. I'll link that in the description because that's another mix and match recipe of just simply using what you already have. Okay, we'll get this into muffin tins. Now I have some of the cupcake wrappers from Dollar Tree I'm going to use. It makes cleanup a little better. And I think for my husband's lunch, it makes it a little better to have them on the papers. But hey, if you don't have papers, just grease these tins very well. There's a lot of times that I don't have papers. I've got my oven preheating to 350 degrees. This is a recipe that it doesn't have to be fully hot before you put it in. I just turned the oven on. These will go in as soon as I get them in the tins and they can start cooking. Just the batter smells awesome. Something like making a pan of muffins, it really stretches out your food. It's so much more filling than something store-bought. That's one of my biggest tips when you're trying to save on money. If you can find the time at all, which you can see, these really don't take that much time. Cook a few things from scratch that are bread items so that you can add them to your meals, and then that will stretch your more expensive groceries. Okay, let's see which one looks like it's lacking a little bit. Okay guys, we are going to bake these just until they're lightly brown on top, and when you poke a toothpick in, they're done through. Okay, the muffins are out, and this is what they look like done. And while they're cooling, I'm going to go ahead and get something else made to go with these. Now, if this is all you had, this would be fine for breakfast. But we are actually going to do like a little brunch today. I'm expecting my husband will be home fairly soon because he worked the nights while the weather was cold. And I'm going to go ahead and make a little omelet to go with this. And then if he's home to eat it, great. And if he's not home to eat it, it'll be a couple days of breakfast for me. Before I make the omelet, let me just say these turned out great. We both love them. Okay, so I have got 3 eggs poured in there right now, and I salt and peppered them. And the ham that I used yesterday for the pizza, I could have used all of that 6-ounce package on the pizza, but this is where stretching groceries comes in. I did not. I used 2 ounces. Now today I'm going to use 1 slice of it for this omelet, and that's still going to leave me 3 slices left for another meal. Now you can use any kind of meat you have, any kind of leftover meat, any kind of vegetables. You can do anything you want with this. You can make it just cheese. You could add just some dried chives to this and nothing if that's all you had. Okay, as this cooks, I'm going to make just little holes and let them fill in with the egg so that we get the egg all the way done. Okay, when the egg is just about cooked through, then I'm going to take my slice of ham, and I'm going to cut that up onto 1/2 of that omelet. Now I've got 1 slice of American cheese, and I'm going to just break that up and scatter it over 1/2 of that omelet. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and flip it over and shut my heat off, and we're going to put a cover right on that. Okay, that cheese is all melted. Now I'm just going to cut myself off however much I want to eat here, and the rest will be for my husband if he makes it home, or it will be for me for other breakfasts. You can see if I was eating this alone, it would do me 3 breakfasts. So we'll pop that right on my plate, put the cover on to keep that warm for him, and then we're going to add a couple of these muffins, and they can be buttered if you like them buttered. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. If you have any frugal questions for me or any questions in general, leave them in the comments. Bye. I planted that lemon seed immediately, and I've got it in the window. We'll see what it does. Bye.